Now, as you saw last year, I kind of had quit using this coal stove. I was using my wood stove. It worked, but the creosote problems were pretty high and a lot of things didn't work out as well as I'd hoped with that. So I am burning up my last 10 bags of coal because I now have this. This is a pellet stove, and this is going in place of the coal stove. I have completely cleaned this all out. Everything is ready to go here. It's called Cozy Heat, and it is the Olivia model. And from everything I can find out about it, it has probably was made around 2006 in Michigan. So anyway, this is a nice little stove. Plus, I got a lot of extras with this stove. This is an auger drive. This is another drive. I think it's the one that evacuates and pushes it out the stovepipe. This is a brand new board for it, and this is the vacuum assist unit. It's also new. The other thing that I got with this stove is all this. This is all outside pipe here, and this is inside pipe. So that when I'm done with the coal, I can move this pellet stove right over where the coal stove is and put it in. Now I do have my wood stove all cleaned out. We cleaned the stack, we cleaned the pipe that's going to the stack, we cleaned everything up. These are the first ton of pellets, and I still have some coal down here to burn, so I'm going to burn all that up before I start on the pellets. This is 1 ton here, and outside I have 2 more tons. And believe it or not, 3 tons of pellets cost less than 2 tons of coal did last year. So anyway, I got a smoking deal on this stove. It is heavy duty. It is a real nice stove. Very happy so far with all this. And I can also burn corn in this if I want to. I will burn wood pellets. I have bought the Supreme Green pellets because 2 other guys who had pellet stoves told me that it burns great. So that's what I'm going to use. As soon as this guy is done doing his thing, we're going to put this guy in. Running the last bag of coal through my coal stove, and then we're going to move that over here where this cart was. I haven't used this cart since I bought my 310 dozer. I actually sat the rear end on this after I pulled it out of the tractor, and I could roll it around the shop and do things with it. But that was 2015, long before I was doing YouTube or anything else, and this cart has been sitting in that corner, and I'm sure you've seen it in previous videos, doing nothing. So I thought this would be a very good situation here to set this pellet stove on this cart, so I can push it back in where the coal stove is, and if I need to get it out to clean it or work on it, all I have to do is pop it off here, pull that out, and I can roll the whole pellet stove right out into the middle of the floor to replace parts or do anything to it that I need to do. So I think this is going to work really well. Plus, I won't need as much stack, and I think this is going to work well. We are going to find out together. Tomorrow is the day coal stove goes and the pellet stove goes in. Coal stove is out. It's time to shut it down and move it. This is a new cable I made for the pellet stove. Now we'll have to get a hand truck over here. All right, that's all the screws there. So now I got to go retrieve my piece for the window and see if I can reuse it. This is full of dust. See if we can manhandle this out of here. That ought to work for now. That'll let me step up on here, put pellets in. I think that's pretty close right there. Sharpie marker and we'll mark it out. See if our piece fits. It looks like I'm only going to be able to get 2 bolts in it at the top here. So I have to drill it here and here. So we'll do this size first. And we'll bolt those 2 together. But I'm going to leave these bolts to the inside so that they won't rust if I ever have to take this back apart or anything. Of course, it's not level. Couldn't get it perfect. Okay, that fit through perfectly. Let's see if these guys made up. Tap those together. I think for my shop, that's going to work perfect. There's no way I can hit anything. The nearest wood is here. I think we're fine. Okay, I do believe the stack is up and ready. It says use corner wood pellets only, and it says it will hold 80 pounds. So it should hold 2 bags of pellets. Honest guys, I've never had a pellet stove before. I've never run one, so effect here. Well, it's supposed to take 80 pounds, but I don't think it's gonna. All right, this is pretty full, as you can see. Now we have to get out the starting instructions and get this thing plugged in and try it out. Now this is kind of a tutorial for both of us. It says select set control switch located on top of the circuit board to pellet setting. It is in pellet setting. Set air intake damper to quarter open position. It's on quarter. Place 1 cup or approximately 8 ounces of wood pellets in burn pot. We'll put some pellets in. Close and latch the door. We have to plug it in. Press the on-off button on the circuit board once. The LED light above the button will illuminate, which it has. The auger will cycle for 5 minutes, stop completely for 3 minutes, allowing pellets to automatically ignite. Pellets will smoke and combust into flame in approximately 4 minutes. Approximately 6 minutes, the POF will close, turning the room fan on. After 8 minutes, the auger will cycle on and begin feeding pellets to the burn pot. The LED light just above the auger button will light each time the auger cycles. Note, the electronic igniter will stay on for approximately 7 minutes, even though flame may be visible in the burn pot. Smoke is starting. See smoke coming out of the stack out there. Broke over into flame. Blower has started. Blowing warm air now. See what we get. Broom fan does not turn on approximately 6 minutes. It did. Adjusting heat setting for desired position. 1 through 5, 1 being lowest, 5 being highest. It's on low right now. After burning for 10 minutes, adjust air intake damper to proper setting. See chart 9. 1 is a quarter open, 2 is a quarter open, 3 is half open, 4 is full open, and 5 is full open. You guys can leave stuff in the comments down there if anybody has any idea of a better way to do this or whatever. I mean, I think it's pretty nice and it's burning good. So I'll keep you updated on this, but this is kind of the end of the video. I'm gonna have to play with this thing and try to figure out exactly where I want it to be and what heat settings I want. So I'm going to let it run for a while and then we'll see what we get. This has been running for a couple hours now. The name of this stove is Olivia. It is a corn or pellet stove. You can see the model there, OLV/PC. This is the operating and maintenance manual for it. You can see here the auger light will cycle on and off. There it is. There it's off. I have upped the burn rate to number 2 here. I think that's probably where I'm going to want to run it. This right here is the exhaust fan, and the guy I bought it from had a rock laid off to the side. He said because this makes a little bit of noise, and I think probably I will have to lubricate this as well, but I put the rock back on top and it quieted right down, so go figure. All right, here's a little update on this pellet stove. I changed out this evacuation motor because the other one was making a lot of noise. This is the new one I told you about. It wasn't hard to change. Basically just pop these bolts out here all the way around, and there's a gasket that goes under it, and you hook up the 2 electric lines to it and done. This is a lot quieter now, and I also have the old one that I can put back in case this one fails. This stove is working a lot better now. It's evacuating better. Also in here, up here, in this corner and this corner, there's 2 plates that go down. They have wing nuts on them. You take those off, you take the burn pot out, you take this piece out here, and basically what you do is there's a little tab down in here that these set down into. And the way this evacuates air is it comes through the burn pot and it goes over and up here and over and up here on these guys, and then it goes down to the center and goes in behind and is evacuated out with the motor that I just showed you. The neat thing about it is that I found out is down in here where this goes to the center, you need to get in there and clean that out. And when you get this cleaned out, then you come down here and there's a little door right here, and you open this door up by unscrewing these 2 screws, lifting up, and you can evacuate out all the dust and all the ash from in the back. So it actually works better and it evacuates better if you keep this all completely cleaned out. Now I'm going to show you, because right off the bat, my igniter went bad and it wouldn't light. So I'll show you how we do it. You get a handful of pellets about as big as you can hold in your hand, like that. Put them down here in the burn pot. This little guy here I made so I can set it here and keep the pellets from popping out onto this. And that's all that does, and it works great. Close this again, hit this, and start it. Then you take this little guy, and you go down in here, and just light the pellets. Doesn't take very long at all. It's awesome. So I don't even know if I'm actually going to end up putting the igniter back in. I bought a new one, but I think I will not even probably bother, because this works great. And you just get that going like that, close the door, and latch it, and there you go. She'll start rolling here in a minute. Now this up here will blink for 10 minutes, but the auger works and feeds pellets. I have it on heat setting 2, and that's that. This has been running now for about 3 weeks. But you can see how anemic that flame is. Put this back in, and we get that closed up, and you can see the fire takes off and just rolls. The air is coming into the burn pot. It's evacuating up over the top, and the pellet stove is running. So I hope you've enjoyed the installation video of this pellet stove. I think it's going to do the job and heat my shop just fine. Thanks for watching, and keep working hard. Always work hard. We'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.